Welcome back to The Real Crow, where we uncover the raw truths about life, love, and the choices that define us. Today's story will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about trust, loyalty, and the boundaries of marriage. This is the story of an African woman whose love was met with the ultimate betrayal. She thought she had built the perfect life in the diaspora, married to a local man, blessed with two beautiful children, a boy and a girl. Yes, her husband had a past, an ex-partner, a daughter from that relationship. But she accepted this with grace, believing that blended families could work when built on mutual respect. For years, peace reigned. The ex would visit with their daughter. Family gatherings felt normal, healthy even. The African woman never questioned her husband's relationship with his former lover. After all, they shared a child. She trusted completely. But as Mahatma Gandhi once said, death is appointed to every life. When her father passed away back home, everything changed. We need to attend the funeral, she told her husband. It's important we pay our last respects together as a family. He agreed. Flight deposits were made. Then came that evening that would shatter everything. Work is too demanding, he announced. I can't go. She understood his work pressures. Then I'll take the children. His next words caught like a blade. I'd prefer if you went alone. My ex has agreed to take care of the kids. The room went silent. The betrayal wasn't just in his decision. It was in the revelation that followed. You discussed this with her before me, she asked, her voice barely steady. Yes, I just left her place. In that moment, she realized her marriage had become a triangle. Her husband's ex wasn't just co-parenting. She was co-deciding their family's future. I will not leave my children behind, she declared, and you had no right to involve her in our family decisions. But the damage was spreading like poison. As she prepared for the trip, booking flights, arranging vaccinations for the tropical region they were visiting, invisible hands were working against her. At the vaccination appointment, the GP suddenly refused to administer the shots. It's not necessary, he claimed. But she knew better. Someone had interfered. Social welfare got involved, demanding she sign documents accepting full responsibility for her children's safety abroad. When she requested a lawyer present, the room fell silent. Guilty glances were exchanged. Finally, they relented, but she had to pay for everything herself. Through it all, her husband remained distant, clearly influenced by his ex. The puppet strings were visible now. When the ex visited the next day, the African woman confronted her directly. I appreciate your concern, but I will never travel without my children. The ex shifted uncomfortably. What about the vaccinations? It's sorted, she replied, watching as the woman avoided her gaze. The truth was crystal clear. She had been the saboteur all along. Determined to honor her father's memory, she borrowed money and secured their tickets. They left for the funeral. During their entire 4-week absence, her husband never called once to check on his wife and children. That silence spoke louder than any argument ever could. When they returned, the marriage was over in everything but name. Trust, once broken, became impossible to rebuild. She filed for divorce, cutting all ties with the destructive ex who had orchestrated so much pain. The husband was advised to move out. Ironically, he ended up in his ex's apartment, only for her to kick him out when she went on vacation, leaving him stranded in a hotel room. The woman who had destroyed his marriage didn't want him permanently either. Alone and full of regret, he begged for reconciliation. But some lines, once crossed, can never be uncrossed. Here's the question that haunts this story. If you were in her position, would you have forgiven him? The lesson cuts deep. Marriage is a sacred bond between two people. When you allow outsiders, especially former lovers, to influence major family decisions, you're inviting destruction into your home. A woman who was once in your life but never became your wife may not have your best interests at heart. In fact, she may actively work against the stability you've built. This African woman learned a painful truth. Sometimes, the greatest threat to your marriage doesn't come from strangers. It comes from the past you thought was safely behind you. Trust is like glass. Once shattered, even when pieced back together, the cracks remain visible forever. Subscribe to The Real Crow for more real stories about life, love, and the courage to choose yourself when others won't choose you.